Yeah, yeah. Welcome to Writers Live. I'm here today with Mike the Poet. Tell the people about yourself, Mike.
Man, appreciate you having me, bro. Just Mike the Poet, spoken word artist, published author, recording artist from Chicago, Illinois, and it's been going on about almost 10 years since I first jumped into the arena of doing live performances throughout Chicago, and also been traveling for the last 5 years as well to the different states. So, that's just a little bit about me. I have music and books out on social media, music platforms, and Amazon. And you can pretty much follow me, by Googling, my name, just Mike the Poet, JUSTMICDA Poet, and all of my content, will come up within the Google search.
That's what's up. Thanks. So
Yeah.
today on Writers Live, I got Mike the Poet on here, and we finna do a little GOAT talk. We're gonna talk about LeBron James and Michael Jordan. Me and this gentleman who I respect very much. We talk about Michael Jordan and LeBron James a lot. We wanted to get all of the Jordan fans and all of the LeBron fans, but we couldn't get nobody, so we're gonna hold the torch today. So Mike is gonna represent LeBron. I will represent Jordan, and we will do it respectfully. All right.
Okay.
Okay. I got Michael Jordan, North Carolina's finest. He won a championship in college. When he went to the Bulls, for people who don't know, Michael Jordan, he always been a fierce competitor, but he had some rough runs through them 80s. In the 80s, Michael Jordan couldn't make it out of the first round, fucking with them bad boy Pistons. You know what I'm saying? But in retrospect, Jordan, he ran the 90s. He ran the 90s. And also, in a lot of people's opinion, Michael Jordan is the GOAT. Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time to some people. But Michael Jordan has never said it. I like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar simply because he was a champion in high school, college, and in the NBA. So all of his career. I never saw Wilt Chamberlain. I never saw Bill Russell. But Bill Russell, he has 11 rings.
Yeah.
Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points in a game. I never witnessed that. I never knew what the competition was like. But I did get to see Magic. I did get to see Magic play. So we're gonna kick it off like this. My starting five of all time.
Okay.
Taking Magic at the point guard, Jordan at the shooting guard. I'm taking Larry Bird at the three. I'm taking Julius Erving at the four and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at the center. That's my starting five
Okay.
of all time. When I picked them, Magic, he was a 6'9" point guard, never been done before. Michael Jordan, I think his game was similar to Julius Erving a little bit, with all the flair, flying and gliding. I think that Michael Jordan is a combination of like Julius Erving with the dynamics of him being able to, fly and dunk and kind of smooth like George Gervin, but like fast defense. The defender that Michael Jordan is, he just all that by himself. Larry Bird, I picked Larry Bird at the three because he wasn't very athletic, but he could shoot the ball and he had a very good basketball IQ. And he made people around him better. Julius Erving, he was just the first person that I seen doing the majority of the things that Mike did. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, nobody could defend the Sky Hook. He was a good leader. He whooped Mike Enas. But that's why I picked the starting five. But I think Kareem is the best, but Magic is my favorite out of everybody.
Okay.
So what would your starting five look like, Mike?
Man, it's kind of crazy. Because if you're going by the best or like by position, you know what I'm saying? Like, mine is kind of similar to yours. I got Magic at my point, MJ at my 2,
Okay.
Kareem in the middle,
Right.
and LeBron at the 3.
Right.
And if I was going by the best player, I would take Kevin Durant. If I was going by position, I would take Tim Duncan.
Okay.
The 4. Because KD don't play the 4. But I'd rather have like KD, I think he the better player, you know.
Okay. Better than Tim Duncan?
Yeah. I would say I think Duncan was blessed in a situation, you know, with Popovich, San Antonio, and he ran off them championships. But I think when it's all said, when it's all said and done, I think Kevin Durant will look back and I'll say like he would be up there. He would be up there.
Yeah. I think Kobe Bryant is an excellent defender, and I saw a game and the Lakers was playing OKC. This is when Durant was in OKC, and Kobe was checking Kevin Durant, and I never seen Kobe look scared.
Yeah,
he had fear on his face when he had to stick him. You know what I mean? And but Kevin Durant, I think he dished the ball off. He didn't take the shot. I think he dished the ball off to Westbrook or something. And I'm not even sure if the Lakers won, you know, but that's the first time I ever seen any bit of fear on Kobe Bryant's face. So RIP Kobe.
Yeah, without respect.
Okay. So what do you think? What's your stance on LeBron saying, you know, when he made the shot when he won his first championship that, you know, he the greatest player of all time. He said, I'm the greatest. I feel like I'm the greatest. Now, I don't think that he wrong for saying, I feel like I'm the greatest. You know, I don't think he wrong for that. I just think it's kind of disrespectful to players that he never played against. You know, that's the only thing.
You know, LeBron, he's in a different era, and it's social media and stuff. So LeBron takes a lot in. A lot of stuff that's being said to LeBron hasn't been said to a lot of these players that played before him. So he's taking that out as, you know, like, you know, it's more so his emotions. You know what I'm saying? I don't think if he was hated on or talked about as much, he probably wouldn't have said that. He'd be more humble, you know, with it. But by, you know, all this haterism, everybody talking about him, this and that, and you know, he felt like, hey, you know, I'm the best. Like ain't nobody ever did that before. You know what I'm saying? So he felt he placed himself in his own category in history, you know, by himself. And I'm quite sure Michael Jordan, even though whether he said it or not, feels that he was the best. I do feel that. You know, I guess basketball is a different, you know, sport other than boxing, because they say it all the time. You know, Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather, you know, I'm the greatest, I'm the best. It's kind of like a cocky thing, you know, so, you know, they say it.
But you know what? To Floyd Mayweather, Muhammad Ali, and all of them, you know, they could say it, you know, in a capacity like, if you don't think I'm the greatest, when you get in this ring, I'm gonna beat your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like when you part of a team, like,
yeah,
you know, that might even cause a little resentment on a team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or if you his peer, yo, when I see LeBron, when we play Cleveland, yo, we not letting LeBron get nothing. You know?
Right.
And I'm sure people did that to Mike as well, you know?
Yeah.
Because I was watching the interview And Kevin Garnett said when he was a rookie. You know, Kevin Garnett, he went to school here in Chicago at Farragut.
Right.
And he played with Ronnie Fields, and Ronnie Fields was in a car accident. And KG was like, man, you know, I'm gonna dedicate this to my man Ronnie Fields. So KG said him and J.R. Ryder, you know, they was beating the Bulls by 14. They was giving them the business.
Yeah.
So Kevin Garnett was talking shit to Jordan. And J.R. Ryder said he was telling them like, look, man, hey, you don't want to make him mad. Don't make him mad. So at the end of the third quarter, you know, KG was like, man, fuck that. We winning. Yeah. Fuck him. Woo, woo.
Yeah.
So in the fourth quarter, KG said, Jordan, them shut all that shit down.
Yeah.
Jordan went on like an 18-point scoring spree. And him and J.R. Ryder didn't have shit. So J.R. Ryder was like, man, I told you. And KG was like, man, I ain't know. I know that. You know what I'm saying? But social media is a different dynamic, and I think it's affecting the players, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's not any type of, it's less discipline, you know what I'm saying? And we don't know what's fueling these guys. Like, for example, I don't understand the intrigue with the Kardashian women. I just don't. This is me, you know what I'm saying? They beautiful women, but I mean, out of all the women in the world, like, why would you want to go get a Kardashian? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Some people have fantasies before they made it. You know, opportunity comes, it's like, okay, you know, this is my chance.
Yeah, that's crazy, but you absolutely right about that. So, far as the league right now, who do you think the best point guard right now that's actively playing?
I'm gonna give it to Steph. I'm gonna give it to Steph Curry. I'm not a big fan of his, but I will give him, you know, credit as that crown as the best point guard. I didn't give it to him at first, you know, because he would fail, you know, to drive. He would keep relying on his three-pointers, whether they hitting or not. You know, but once I seen where if they ain't hitting, he'll start to drive to the basket and score off the glass or make plays. And I was like, well, he's pretty much unstoppable. And his defense is a little better. It ain't great, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's decent enough. So I get that to Steph Curry.
I think Steph Curry, you know, he remind me of a gym rat. Like I see Steph Curry just in the gym all day. Even if his dad, I'm sure it's, you know, him being around his dad probably got something to do with it. But at the same time, I think, you know, that, you know, even his brother Seth, you know, you can tell they gym rats, you know what I'm saying? And they just cabal. My only knock on Steph is just he a little small, but he definitely good at the point guard position. I like Damian Lillard myself.
Dame right there too. If somebody was to say Dame, I wouldn't argue it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't argue that because technically I've been loving Dame more than Steph, but
you know they both definitely show up, and they kind of built like the players of old to me. You know what I'm saying? Like they got I mean, you know, the way they built, like they not trying to go to no other team. You know,
I got you.
They're trying to stick it out, you know, where they at. Like, man, you know.
I mean, Steph good. Dame may have to do something, you know.
Yeah. He said he don't want to leave Portland. You know, he from the Bay Area, and Portland ain't that far from there, so I guess he like, you know, we'll just stick it out.
You gotta do some politicking or something. You know, he gonna need some big man to ride with him, and you know they're gonna have to figure that thing out.
A lot of these big dudes, they soft in the league. Like Joel Embiid, I think he a bum.
Yeah, you don't like Embiid, huh?
Bum. I like Giannis. I think he good, but I'm trying to see, like, you know, damn, I'm trying to find a power forward that's playing that's just a dog. Anthony Davis is a dog.
He just be hurt all the time.
Yeah, I like Anthony Davis. Now, one thing that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar said, he was like, man, out of all these young players, you know, he got it. And, you know, some of his stats, you know, are comparable to the greats. Westbrook too, you know, even though he got all the triple doubles and everything.
Who was that?
Westbrook.
Oh, Westbrook, yeah.
I just don't think he got enough help. I don't.
Yeah, he might be a cancer to some teams, man. I'm just gonna be honest.
Hey, I agree with that. Because my thing is this. They was up 3-1 against Golden State.
Yeah.
How could you lose? Sometimes you gotta fall back and say, I don't know what, despite what's going on in your mind at the time, fuck if you had your favorite piece in and make you act this way. Somebody need to say, hey, look, man, hey, just get a ball to KD.
Yeah.
Give it to KD, man. You ain't gotta work today. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly.
Don't worry about them stats and shit. And the thing is, he had 3 chances to get that shit right. He could have won one. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but Westbrook, he not poised. He's not a poised point guard like Chris Paul or Mike Conley. You know what I'm saying? Them type of cats, they move, they change speeds. Westbrook at one speed, like up and down the floor, wild, and you know what I'm saying? Like he just gone.
Well, Westbrook remind me of a 2. He remind me
a 2 guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a 2. Yeah, he's like a combo guard.
Yeah, he remind me of a 2 guard. And one of my favorite point guards of all time, Nick Van Exel.
Nick, okay.
Nick, I didn't know that he used to play shooting guard until he got into college.
Wow.
When he started playing the point, that's why he'll pull up on your ass so quick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was like, man, you know, wasn't nobody recruiting me. Blah blah blah. Yada yada.
He was kind of small.
Yeah, but shit, he was league ready. He was like, man, I was the last pick of the second round, and you know, I wore that shit on my shoulder. He was talking about Kobe, you know, and he was saying, hey, I tell Kobe everything he know, you know, because he was the veteran on the team when Kobe shot came, you know.
Right. Yeah, Kobe was coming off the bench, I think, for a year.
Yeah, he wasn't even starting on that team. But Nick said Kobe was up in that motherfucker like, man, hey, I'm finna take somebody motherfucking job for that. You know. That's my spot right there. You know. So he took Eddie Jones shit eventually.
Yep. Eddie Jones, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Shout out to Eddie Jones. That was my man.
Yeah, I love Eddie Jones too. He's a solid 2 guard.
Right. So do you think LeBron is better than Jordan, and why?
You know what? I will say this. It's hard to compare players. It's very hard for me because I look at greatness. I look at the greatness of certain players, and I see a lot of things that Mike does better than LeBron. And at the same time, I see a lot of things that LeBron does that's better than Mike. You know, in terms of like rebounding, you know what I'm saying, his IQ level in running the offense of the floor. You know what I'm saying? The fact that he could win with less talent on his team. You know what I'm saying? He may not win the championship, but like he could take a team, carry a team on his back further than what Mike can do. You know what I'm saying? And
so is that after he picked everybody he wanted?
No.
Go around pick
whoever. LeBron went to the championship before. LeBron went to the championship before he even left Cleveland the first year. and he beat the championship Detroit Pistons.
Who?
Like, people don't look at that. He ran, through those guys with, you can't even name his starting five. Boobie Gibson, Drew Gooden,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So he didn't have a lot of talent like that on his team. It ain't no Hall of Famers, other All-Stars.
Yeah.
So he did carry that team. And also, another point I would bring out with him was the year that Kyrie Irving left and went to Boston. You know what I'm saying? Kyrie Irving left the Cleveland team after they'd been going to the finals, went to Boston, and what did Cleveland do the next year? They went right back to the finals.
They did.
You know what I'm saying? But people discredit him for that because he lost. You see what I'm saying? While most players wouldn't even got there. They would have got put out. You know what I'm saying? And there wouldn't have been no crowd. Well, Irving had left. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't supposed to get there.
Right.
So they discredit him for getting there and getting swept and this and that. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, he got swept by Tim Duncan them too.
Yeah, they was Hall of Famers, Hall of Fame coach, everything, man. Like,
right.
I don't know who Cleveland coach was. Like, all they pretty much had was James. You know, so they had NBA players, but they was riding on James back. So they was pretty much, they was outmatched. You know what I'm saying? LeBron, he did all he could do. You know what I'm saying?
What you think happened this time with the Lakers? My thing is this: if you out there with some bums, right?
Mm-hmm.
You should know that. I mean, if you ain't been giving it to them all this time, and you know that they can't deliver, why would you even pass it to them? You know what I'm saying? If they miss, damn, they human, right?
Yeah. But
they are getting paid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how I look at it. I ain't mean to cut you off.
No, that's cool. That's cool. That makes sense. I understand that part of it too. That's why, a lot of people judge it on LeBron's mentality. You know what I'm saying? Because they say, like, Kobe is a killer, Mike is a killer. They got that dog or that killer instinct.
Right. I agree.
To me, LeBron has that too. It's just not at the level of Mike and Kobe, because LeBron, at his position, he's a small forward or point guard. And he's always deferred to his teammates since high school. You know what I'm saying? So the instinct, that's just what he does. That's the way his game is. To pass the ball and set guys up and this and that. And it does get him far. But it does come a point where he has to know when to, no, forget that. Let me go ahead and, take this over. And I think that's where he does. That's something that he hasn't, I think he never really figured that out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when he does, he has the killer instinct. Like, I've watched him take over games down. I watched even last year in the finals. You know what I'm saying? But even putting out Denver, he was like, he seen Davis limping and getting hurt. Like, let me go and finish Denver off and go back to the final. Like, I've watched him do that. You know what I'm saying? But Jordan and Kobe, their mentality is that way pretty much all the time. You know what I'm saying? All 48 minutes or whatever.
I think LeBron killer instinct is more like a fit or some shit.
You say like a what?
Like a fit.
What you mean?
Like Kobe and Mike and them, they like, man, we finna go in there and get you. Damn, I gotta do this shit. Kobe and Mike, it's expected of me to do this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But to LeBron's credit, he a shorty. And also his career not over. You know what I'm saying?
That's another point too.
His story ain't written in stone. So I don't want whoever listening, I don't want y'all to think that I'm hating on LeBron, but I just got some players up there over him right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Michael Jordan is better, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. That's it, Mike. You feel me?
That's fine. I respect that. I respect that. Even if you said Kareem, I can respect that.
Look. Now listen.
I'm just being honest. I can respect.
Like Kareem and Magic, like Jordan said, hey, look, there's a lot of players that came before me.
Mm-hmm.
Period. He just left it like that. You know what I'm saying? He was like, Irvin, ring, you know, and some more players. He just said that shit. He said, hey, it ain't fair for me to say I'm the best, you know.
Okay.
You know, I wouldn't want that backlash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But to Jordan's credit, he never said it. I admire LeBron for saying it because he got time to actually prove it because he's still actually playing.
Yeah, I think that man, that's why I really don't compare Jordan and LeBron. You can't compare them. I compare them because of greatness, not their style of play. I mean, because they don't. That style is totally different. But far as they being great, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people go attack me with them. I'm like, nah, they're great.
They got that it. They got that
it. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, they got that.
Yeah, like you know, like I say, LeBron does things that Mike can't do. Like LeBron will pull up from half court of the logo line. You know, you never saw Mike do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like LeBron a different. He's just a different type of style of player, and I think he's created his own lane. You know, like Kobe took more so the Michael Jordan lane. LeBron kind of went a different route where, you know, there's never been nothing like him. You know what I'm saying? And I really don't want to compare and say LeBron the GOAT until he retires. You know what I'm saying? Until you can look at the whole total body of work, you know, and everything. You know, to just cut him off of like, oh, he'll never be the GOAT because of this or because of that. You know, I think that's crazy to say. You know, I can't even say somebody ain't gonna come behind LeBron and not be the GOAT. I can't even say that because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It'd be hard for me to give it up. And I think that's what it is with Michael Jordan, especially if you're from Chicago. It's hard for people to give that up. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. We will not disrespect Mike on my show. God damn it. I'm just playing. You know. Hey, we're not disrespecting Mike, but I feel you with LeBron. He still got ways to go. He's still playing.
Yeah, and think about who's left from his draft. Think about that. Yeah. Carmelo Anthony, and he comes off the bench.
Right. Yeah, Melo left. That's about
LeBron, the only one still going. Dwayne Wade, he done retired doing game shows, and it ain't nobody else left from that man draft.
Yo, what game show is Dwayne Wade doing? How to be a dad?
Something called the Cube or something like that. Like I never really watched it or paid attention, but yeah.
Oh, okay. I need to check that shit out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of being written in stone, how long you been a poet, Mike? An artist?
I've been writing poetry. I'm 43 now, but writing since I was 21. So 22 years I've been a writer as far as stepping out in performance, been on that stage, memorizing and you know, being professional with it since I want to say about 2012, 2013, 2012. So about 9 years. You know, I've been a spoken word artist, but I've been writing since I was 21 years old.
So how did you get into it? Is it something emotional that was the catalyst? Was it your environment that sparked you to write, or it just happened?
It's a little bit of all of that, but as far as it just happening,
you kind of knew.
I wouldn't say it just happened, you know, because my first poem that I wrote was dedicated to my baby sister who passed away. You know what I'm saying?
Man, my condolences, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And I wrote my first piece to her. You know what I'm saying? It's titled like A Letter to Baby Sister, and that was like my first poem. You know what I'm saying? Like I just picked up the pen. It's like, dang, I ain't had no last words to say to her. I was like, maybe I'll put it on paper. You know, let me get this out of me. Maybe she'll feel it in spirit or something. You know, and I just started writing, and it started rhyming, and I've been going ever since then. You know, but I always been a fan of hip hop and music and albums. I love when artists create their albums and their albums come out. They got their LPs and stuff like that. So it's like I always wanted to be them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not knowing that I
What would my
be a spoken
album
word
be
artist
like?
one day.
What would my album be like?
Yeah, yep. I always visualize that. So when I create an album, like I still have all those visuals, like you know what I'm saying, like different tracks, different songs, talking about this, talking about that, and getting certain producers, getting certain features on the album. So it's like I can do that now because I'm a writer. I'm in the game. You know, I do spoken word. You know,
That's what's up. Yeah. And you
that helped me.
buzzing. So who are some of your musical influences?
Man, I grew up on LL Cool J. One of my favorite songs, hip hop songs ever was "I Need Love." You know, that was one of my favorites. LL Cool J, Common here from Chicago. I love Common. Also Nas, Nasty Nas. I grew up listening to a lot of Illmatic and the It Was Written albums coming up. Scarface and Outkast. I love Outkast. Jay-Z. And I kind of went back a little bit in time and listened to Rakim and KRS-One. That wasn't until later, and I got into like Guru. Now that's when I really started getting more into hip hop. But yeah, but starting out it was LL, then you know what I'm saying, like Nas, of course, Tupac, you know, them type of that. So I was more so I wasn't into the 80s like that, but more when the 90s came out, then I had to track back and listen to the Rakims, the Biz Marquis, like all them type of cats. And I was like, okay, you know, this what's up. Even Cool G Rap, because I didn't really know about them like that. I had to go back and listen to G Rap.
Hey, G Rap. G Rap cool. I like G Rap. When I heard that Road to the Riches, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
And, him and Nas, they got a song called Fast Life. It's off of
Fast Life. Yeah.
Hey, so like people always talk, I know we're talking about LeBron and Jordan, but that part of the segment is done right now.
Okay, that's cool.
Like with when the Hov and Nas thing was going on, I was like, I never heard Hov on no tracks with no legends and body that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I never thought about that.
I don't know if they were scared to get on a song with Hov, or maybe they weren't fucking with Hov. Like I done heard Nas on songs with G-Rap. You know, a lot of Wu-Tang, you know, whoever, and he, you know, he was shining. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, man, shorty a problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. That's why Jay came at him.
Yeah, Jay woke up a sleeping giant. I was like, yo, man, hey.
You did.
Yeah. So those some good influences, by the way.
Yeah, thanks.
So what you got coming up? You working on an album now? You in the works? You just chilling? You moving around doing the shows right now? What's happening?
Man, since 2013, I never chilled, man. Like it's just an adrenaline rush, a drive that lives in me. You know what I'm saying? So like every day I'm doing something with spoken word. I'm thinking about it. I'm still like creating my website. It's still work that needs to be done, man. So right now I'm trying to focus on not too many things at one time, but definitely my visual, my spoken word video, that I'm looking to get done and put out this summer called It's No Love There. And I'm looking to get a video done.
I like that joint.
I appreciate that. Yeah,
I like that. Hey, I played it on one of my episodes in season 1. I'm gonna play it again.
I've seen it. Yeah, it popped up in my email. Yeah.
I'm gonna play it again on this episode, and I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play Just the Barber too.
Okay, man, most definitely love. Yeah, them joints. But the video, and I'm also still working on my album. Some of those joints that you're talking about are my singles, which are gonna be on the album. The Death of a Poet's Soul. So hopefully I complete it this year, but I ain't put no deadline, on my album.
Don't do it.
Yeah, they don't do it.
You making wine. You making wine.
Yeah.
You ain't making water, you making wine. You can't rush perfection.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna take my time and because I really want it to be really nice, man. I want to enjoy it, and I want the people enjoy when they come out as well too. And I want to be real, professional, you know what I'm saying? With me being a spoken word artist, so those are the two things, I'm working on. I got some shows coming up this weekend here in Chicago, one private, one is actually at a church. So that's Saturday. I got 2 shows coming up. I'm thankful for that because the pandemic, everything was, pretty much dried up, you know what I'm saying? And
I already know.
yeah. Yeah, so that's what I'm working on. I got coming up, man. Video, my album, and just keep doing shows, keep staying, productive. Keep getting booked, finding ways to get myself out there, and build my following.
Man, and it ain't nothing like moving around, getting that bag.
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay, let me ask you this, because every time I get on the stage, I always get nervous. I don't care how many shows I did.
Wow.
I have to get that icebreaker out of the way. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So depending on the crowd, that's how I do my set. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I gauge the audience,
Okay.
One time I did a show in Portage, Indiana. And I'm not a game banger or nothing like that, but
okay.
It's like a Larry Hoover convention in that motherfucker. Damn! I was like, damn, it's packed up in here, But I used that as a joke, you know what I'm saying? And I got into my shit,
Okay.
So I had to change my set list right then and there on the
Okay, I was gonna ask you that too. Yeah.
I was like, yo, they not feeling none of that shit. I was like, hold on. I told the DJ, hey, I gotta do this, and this, But I had them when I got off, but every time I perform, I always get nervous. You know what I'm saying? At first, initially, till I get up there. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just me. I heard other artists do it, but if you don't get nervous, hey, kudos to you.
Right.
You don't get nervous ever? You don't get that little feeling?
I'm not gonna say ever. Sometimes I have been, and then sometimes I always think like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. It's like this is my moment. I gotta kill this moment. Like I'm like Eminem. Like I gotta seize the moment. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like my biggest audience was one of my biggest audiences while I was a little nervous was at Trinity Church. They did a Kwanzaa event. Yeah, they did they had this Kwanzaa event, man, and they walked me in. They walked me in like a big time preacher like T.D. Jakes or somebody, and along with some other people that was gonna be on stage. So that I got up on the pulpit, what I'm saying? I'm sitting in the pulpit looking out, man, people everywhere, man. Like it had to be at least 500-600 people, and I had to get up there and talk about Ujima, and then I had to go into a piece. I did I Am Reality. I don't know if you heard that one, but I performed that piece, man, and I started out nervous a little bit, but once I got into it, it's like I just started reliving the moment of my poetry or the story, because it was like a story I was telling. So, I just kind of got comfortable, like you said, I got comfortable as I went on and went through it, and felt like this is doors opening up, and this is where I'm supposed to be at. You know what I'm saying? These are platforms, you know what I'm saying, and doors is opening up, and I just gotta, I can't be nervous. I gotta be ready. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? These are the moments, man. So, and it's confidence and practice too. It's preparation and practice.
It's
like
constant practice. Like I watch all my performances to see if I can make it better all the time,
Mm-hmm. Most definitely.
But one time I had a show and I looked around in the audience, it was all women. You understand? Wow. And I was like, damn, I gotta change this shit up again. You know what I'm saying? But I rocked it. It was at Cocktails and Classics. I think DJ Phantom was DJing. It was a good show.
Okay.
Yeah, but hey, I'm glad to have you on the show. Tell everybody where they can find you. social media.
Yeah, thanks for having me as well too. You could definitely find me on Instagram under Just Mike the Poet, JUST MICDA Poet, like the microphone, and also Google my name as well too. Just Mike the Poet, JUST MICDA Poet, and you can find me on all social media platforms as well too. All music platforms. You know, it's the same as my name. You know, Just Mike the Poet, and you know, and you can catch me from there. Just Mike the Poet.
All right, that's what's up. Hey, I appreciate you coming to Ride Us Live. You're more than welcome anytime. When you drop
Most
that
definitely.
project, you need to come through and, you know, let the people know what's up. You're more than
Okay.
welcome.
Most definitely. Cool. I appreciate you for having me. I'm definitely gonna even chop it up with you too on something we talked about on live, you know what I'm saying, to get your input on it.
All right, no doubt.
Uh,
Yeah. All right, thanks.
all right.